Hey friend, it's Graham here from the Recording Revolution, and welcome back to the Recording Your Song from Scratch series. In the last video, we talked about how to set up your session, what gear you need, all that important stuff. Check it out if you missed it. But today, let's talk about drums. Now, if you are a drummer or you have a drummer and you've got all the things you need in the space and the kit and everything, you can go ahead and mic up drums. But many of you, from talking to you and being one of you as home studio solo musicians, you don't have access to a drum kit or a drummer or the room for a drum kit. So you're using loops or samples or drum instruments, and that is perfectly fine. I've made at least 2 records that have released professionally using virtual drums or loops. And today I'm going to show you how to build a song using drum loops that are already put together. Now, the problem with drum loops is that typically they're sterile or they're repetitive and they're simple and you can't really customize them. I want to show you how you can do that inside your software and how you can set the drums to fit perfectly with your song. The key here is to know the vibe of your song, to know what kind of tone you want from the loops, and to take the time to listen through whatever samples or loops that you have access to and find something that style-wise fits, tonally fits in terms of the sound of the drums, and then also performance, which is of course most important. Does the performance line up? Is it the right vibe, right pattern, that kind of thing for your song? Now, this is a huge part of why I created a guide track in the first place in the last video, to have the main hook of my song already set to the tempo, already recorded. So when I'm sifting through drum samples, I can easily audition them and compare them to my riff quickly and easily. So that's one reason why I like the guide track. But what I want to do right now is show you inside of Pro Tools first how I'm going to pull in some samples, get some loops in place, and customize them to fit exactly what I need for the song. Now, back in my Pro Tools session here, again, using Pro Tools first, a free version of Pro Tools. I've got the tempo set up, I think, close to what I need, and I've got 4 loops of my riff on my rough acoustic guitar part that I will get rid of later. Now it's time to get some real drums in the session, and I've got some drum loops that I think will work for this song. So what I'm going to do is just find them here on my computer. Slow rock drums here. Let's take a listen. Perfect. So what I want to do is just literally drag this WAV file into Pro Tools. And your DAW will probably do this too. It already created an audio track for me. In this case, it is a stereo audio track because it's a stereo drum loop file. And it's put it right there. Let's take a listen. All right, let me get rid of the click track now. I'll mute that. Now what I can do is sort of create a drum performance from this. I'm going to turn the guitar down a bit. I'm going to duplicate this by Command D. All right, so a couple of things. Obviously, the timing of my guitar part is not perfect. That's okay. I'm going to play that again. But what I'm noticing, since I've got this riff is telling me what the nuances of the song will be. I need the drums to actually mimic that a little bit better. And if you're working with drum loops, you might feel limited, like they only play 1 beat or you only have 2 variations of the beat. But you can do a lot with simple cut and paste, and that's what I want to show you today. And so I need the kick drum to play a little bit more specifically with this rhythm. So I'm going to zoom in here and try to do some editing. I think the first part might be fine. That measures fine, but there's some syncopation I want to happen in the second bar. So what I need to do is move some notes around. So specifically, I'm going to cut here, this kick drum here. I want to move that here to line up with that guitar part. And then I'm going to take this hi-hat here and duplicate it to fill in the space. Much better, okay? So I also need a kick drum here where it does on the upbeat. Bonk, bonk. So I'm just going to copy that little kick drum hit. I'm going to paste it right there. All right, what I can do is zoom in and we can drag some of this back. There we go. The good thing about recording in the digital world is you can drag files forward or back to cover up or uncover parts of the file underneath so you can get a smoother edit here. So far, let's see what we've got. And this last hit here, boom. Let's copy that. Paste there. Now, there's one thing I really want is an open hi-hat on one of the hits. Now, I think on one of these loops, there is an open hi-hat. Let me see which one it was. There we go. I just want that open hi-hat. So what I'm going to do is drag that loop in here. Solo this track. That's all I want is that open hi-hat. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to create a new stereo audio track below. And I want to paste it right here. That's where I want it, right on top of the kick drum. The only problem is it cuts out a little bit too short, right? Doesn't sound realistic. So what you can do is a little time stretching. In Pro Tools, I can change the trimmer tool to be a TCE, which is time compression expansion. So it changes the trimmer a little bit. And now I can just stretch it all the way to the downbeat. And let's see what that sounds like. Perfect. So what I can do is change the name of this track to be Open Hat. Change the name of this track to be Drums. And then I'll pull the volume of the open hat down a little bit. And then we'll see what we're doing so far. There we go. Now what I might do, because this is driving me nuts, is adjust some of my playing here on the scratch track just to nudge it just a little bit. Just so sloppy. I was a little too rushed. And what I'll do is just copy this back. So this is not rushed. Yep, and what we could do is copy this open hat to be right there as well. And I can delete that part if we want. So now we have a much tighter drum loop with the right syncopation on kick, snare, and even the open hat, and we've tightened up even my scratch guitar a little bit, so now we've got a better loop. Let's take a listen. Nice. Now this is how you can work all the way through your song, bringing in the loops, adjusting them, cutting them, pasting them, and moving them around to get the vibe a little bit differently and build out the drum bed of your song. What I would like to do is go ahead and finish the drums for the entire song so that from start to finish, the right things are in the right place, and then I'll be able to be ready to bring in the rest of the band. Now in the next video, I'm gonna lay down some bass guitar so I can really start to record the instruments and have a super tight bass performance to this drum performance so it'll have real good groove, real good vibe, and it'll build up from there. Now, a little gift for you, if you haven't already checked it out, I have an entire guide on how to create radio-ready songs from scratch in your bedroom. It's my 6 steps to a radio-worthy song, and this is so foundational to the way you work. If you are brand new to recording or you're dipping your toes back in the water and you've come from the analog days, you need this guide. It'll walk you through the 6 steps that are vital to getting your song sound so killer that it could be played on the radio. Whether radio is your goal or not, or whether radio exists in 10 years, the point is the sonic quality and the production quality. And this guide, 6 steps to a radio-ready song, is absolutely free. Just go to radioreadyguide.com. I'll put a link here on the video and below in the description box. And it's a free PDF download, worth the time to read. It will walk you through the 6 steps that I use when I songwrite and create and produce and record and release songs on my own. And it's my gift to you. Just check it out at radioreadyguide.com. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the videos if you like them. That way you'll know when the next one is coming out. We'll see you on part 3 on this series soon.